So we had the award, the special award for Pebble Beach, but there's an additional award for Joe Sbrocco. Just a little bit of history. George Sbrocco got a quick start in harness racing in the early 1970s through his father-in-law and trainer, Bob Cole. At the onset of the official USTA records, they show Joe as the winning owner, winning a race on January 3rd, 1992 at Northfield Park with a horse no one may remember, not even Joe himself, Kinsman Hanover. Kinsman Hanover had 20 starts and made $6,200 in condition races that year for Joe and his partner, Don LaTorre. In 2000, Joe sold his real estate title company in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, which allowed him to concentrate more on family and his horses. The family, Joe and Sandy, have been married 57 years. Son Joe Jr. and his wife Sue live nearby, while grandson Jack just recently graduated from the Ohio State University, where Joe's grandson Sam remains as a student. In the early days, it was also said that Joe was heard calling a few races at the county fair as a track announcer in Northeast Ohio, while his wife Sandy charted the fair races. Joe's early days were nothing compared to his involvement now. Over 20 affiliations with stables, stallion syndicates, and LLCs, from the Captain Treacherous, Down by the Seaside, and Artspeak syndicates to his partnership in JAF Racing. In 2022, Joe Sbrocco had 56 separate partnerships that have horses that have raced. They have raced 501 times and earned $4.9 million. Just a little bit of comparison, Joe from Northeast Ohio is neck and neck with Ushua's Hall of Famer this year, Ontario-based owner Brad Grant, who had 28 partnerships and $4.3 million in purse money earned. Top amongst Joe's 2022 contenders were Pebble Beach, 2-year-old colt pacing champion Volume 8, I Did It My Way, Nighthawk, and other notable offsprings by stallions Captain Treacherous and Down by the Seaside, which Joe has retained shares in after their success on the racetrack. From 2016 to 2022, Joe has averaged 50 partnerships a year, 452 racing starts per year, and $2.8 million in yearly earnings. Joe truly has partnered with a lot of people. Like fast horses, Joe is as likely to buy fast cars like Maseratis or enjoy a good ribeye steak just as much as an Amish pretzel at the fair. When asked about his numerous partnerships, Joe said, "What fun is a win without a lot of people being involved?" Congratulations as we recognize owner Joe Sbrocco with this special award for his significant and substantial contribution to Ohio harness racing and a dream 2022 racing season.
Wow. You know, this goes back to 1970 when my father-in-law, Bob Cole, I don't know, some of you may know him. He's had the 2-year-old Trotter of the Year twice in Ohio way back when. And he took me in down at the Medina Fairgrounds. And it was so much fun back then. For 5 years, I worked with him and I trained, drove, and like you say, I called some races at the track too. I used to go up into the booth with Andy Cunningham over at Northfield and watch him call the races until there was the best in the world here we have, Roger. But Sandy is over there, my son Joe, and I thank them so much. But I want to say one thing about one horse that was in Ohio named Sun Beach somewhere, and you know Sanina, don't you? That's where it all started with my success, because it came from Captain Treacherous, who we bought, a beautiful stallion. And that started it. And Sun Beach goes back to Sun Beach. He also is the sire of Down by the Seaside. And of course, Seaside's Pebble Beach and on. But I've had so much fun in this business, ups and downs, bad years, many. But keep on fighting, you guys, because it will all come true for you if you just keep going. So thank you so much for this award. I've never thought I'd ever get an award ever. And I want to thank you so much, Ohio. I love you.
Beside me now, I have Joe Sbrocco, recipient of not only one, but 2 special awards. Joe, let's start with Pebble Beach.
Okay. We love Pebble Beach, and I want to thank Noel Daly from Australia, a great trainer, and I appreciate everything he's done. I have partners in there, down a few of us, so he was great. I can't tell you any more about him. He's won so many races, and the only horse that kind of beat him was in Kentucky. Was I Did It My Way, who beat him 4 times, which is my own horse that I bred, and that was kind of a thrill too. So
What was Pebble Beach's most favorite win?
that would have to be the $1 million North American Cup up at Woodbine Mohawk. Yeah, that would have to be. How can you not say that? So I want to also don't forget he's down by the seaside, and it was trained by Brian Brown, who I love dearly. So he's been such a great stud. Went down to Australia, New Zealand, and bred 300 some mares down there this past year. So how can you beat that?
Talking about studs, Pebble Beach is headed to that breeding shed.
Yes.
What are your expectations and hopes?
Well, we're hoping to get his book full pretty soon. It's been filling up lately, and their breeders' awards are down there from Kentucky. If you have a mare down there and breed to Pebble Beach, you'll get 1.5 times the purse amount. So that's pretty important to know.
So, Joe, let's switch over from Pebble Beach to you personally. You have had so much success as an owner, especially this year. Is there one word you would use to describe the 2022 season?
Luck. I hate to say it, but I mean, I don't know how. I think it's just perseverance, having so many, and going to the sales with my partners. We get together, we choose horses, we get online, we look at the videos, we do it all together, and we talk hundreds of times during each of the sales, and go back and forth and get the trainers, have people look at them, and go down. I'm at every sale, so it's important to know the conformation, the bloodlines, and all, and that's what I gotta say, that's such success.
So, finishing out this evening, what do you wish the general public knew about owning standardbreds?
What would I wish they would know? I don't know. I think you just got to keep on plugging. That's all you do. Just go ahead. If you have a bad year, go forward. Put blinders on like a horse does and go forward for the winner's circle. That's all I could say.
Congratulations to all the connections of Pebble Beach and Joe Sbrocco for our special award winners.
Yeah.